up and down. Qualifying was great. First moto I got third, my first ever moto podium, and I was so stoked. The fans were wild. Not really a better place to do it except here. Second moto was rough, to say the least. I think I got maybe like a 10th place start, maybe a little further back, and I want to say I was in 6th, maybe 6th or 7th, and had a pretty big crash and ended up like 25th or something. I think I went 25 or 24, 11 for, or 25, 325 for 11th overall. Not the greatest day, but you know, got some good positives to take from it, and ready to get this next weekend off and get back to racing in Millville.
Hey, so when you're in the position you were, you know, running in the podium, is it different than anything you expected? Or are you a little more tense, a little more fired up, or is it just trying to stay in a flow?
Basically just trying to stay in a flow. For a little bit I was tensed up, but I just tried to stay calm and ride my own race. I had a pretty big gap on Marvin for a while, and then he caught me, and then I had a big gap on, I want to say Barsha was 4th. But no, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good. Tough day, I must admit. Even though it's not hot for you guys, it's like, yeah, getting towards hot for me, and I pushed pretty hard in the first race because I got caught up with Marvin in the first turn or second turn, so yeah, and then crashed in the second race, and it made it a little bit difficult. Like it was one of those tracks you need a rhythm and you need to have your flow, and I kind of lost that in the second one, but toughed it out and still got enough to get 10th overall. But it's a shame, I would have liked to have pushed on a bit in the second race. I was in 9th when I crashed, but yeah, overall it was a cool day. I really enjoyed it.
So this is the most like iconic track in US motocross. How was it compared to the stuff you guys race in Europe and England?
It's rougher than what I race in the national series, to be honest with you. When I say rougher, I mean like they rip it a lot deeper, and the ruts were particularly deep today. I think I've spoken to a few people, and they're like, it's normally not quite as, you know, like, yeah, there was about 4 apexes in each of the ruts, but it was tough. I was impressed with how rough it is. It's more like a GP track, this one, to be honest with you. Yeah, and then the big jump obviously is something I didn't jump that until the first race, so it was a bit scary. Left it till the end.
But. Today was not another day that we didn't want. You know, we're just kind of trying some new things with the bike and testing a few things. So we're trying to find a happy medium with that and whatnot. I've kind of been a little bit under the weather all week. That doesn't help, and obviously it's just RedBud was rough today. You know, it's probably one of the roughest tracks again, like last week in Southwick. So just gonna go home back to Cali for a couple weeks and kind of regroup and try to find a better base setting, and you know, go into the last 5 races that we have left and just try to capitalize and make some better moves.
I saw you case the leap. Is it forgiving or is it pretty brutal?
It's pretty. It hurts pretty good to case it. You know, the lip was pretty decent, but it was getting pretty chewed up. So you'd like lose drive last minute, but it hurt to case it, especially with my hand being bad as it is. It hurt pretty bad casing it, but at least it was a little bit soft on top, so we kind of took a little bit of the blow.
RedBud was good. It was a step in the right direction all day. It was an overall step in the right direction. Qualifying went a lot better. I think I was 7th in the first practice, 6th in the second one. So all day I was around that 6-7 range, and yeah, first moto didn't get the best start. Made a few passes and got into I think 8th and was you know, riding pretty good. Kind of caught Phil at the end, and then Eli had a problem, so I got 7th in the first one. And then last one got a better start, was a little closer to the front, and need a little bit more race pace. I'm steady, but I need some speed and some intensity, so kind of got passed, and then for some reason, like the last 10 minutes, I got going again and passed everybody back and made another charge on Phil, and he edged me out both motos by about a second. So yeah, we're getting closer. I think this 2-week break, it'll be nice to work on my flaws, and I think we know we have a pretty good direction with the bike and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. I think I've done a lot better than at least myself expected, to be honest. I know I expected to do a lot better, but I think in these 2 weeks I'll be a lot closer to 100% and try to break into that top 5, that next group of guys.
It started pretty rough. I was kind of milking a myself is I was 80% and I was going to give it a shot. So first moto, just had a really bad start. Came from really far back up to like 10th. It was an okay ride, you know. Learned a little bit, made some bike changes, and then by the second moto we had a way better setup. So you know, I was able to run a lot closer to the front, saw the podium for most of the motos. So counted up as a good end at least. You know, I like this track a lot. I'll remember what we did here, you know, for the future as far as bike setup and everything. Obviously we'll be on the same bike, same machine next year here. So it's great just to be on the bike, learning, testing, you know, getting in line. And next, you know, I'll have a weekend off, and then in 2 weeks I'll be even healthier. So didn't lose any fitness, didn't lose my edge. So I'm happy.
It was good. 6'6" for fit, so felt really good to get back into the top 5. It's been a long time coming and a long comeback from 2015 and 16. So it was good. We made some good positive changes this week on the bike and kind of holding them in. And yeah, 6'6" for 5. Like I said, the track was super brutal. Wasn't easy by any means. Had some pressure from Coop the whole time, both motos, and ran second for a long time in the first one, but I just didn't quite have it. So it's a fast pace. I'm not quite used to it yet, but keep putting myself in that position, and we'll get better and better. And yeah, I'm pumped to have a break and go out on the lake tomorrow and have some fun and enjoy a day for once, and not have to worry about the following weekend. So, but yeah, positive changes. Happy with everything, and yeah, keep plugging.
I'm thinking. It was a good day, yeah. First moto crashed in the second corner and came from pretty much last to fourth, so it was a solid ride. And second moto, still not a great start. Need to kind of fine-tune that a little bit, but kind of charged up to Kenny and Marvin, and then lost them a little, and then caught it back up, lost them again, and then at the end I put a good charge on and ended up getting Kenny. So that was good. I was happy with the riding today. Made some good changes on the bike, got some good direction to, you know, fine-tune a little more, and yeah, RedBud was fun. The fans were awesome. Can't really complain too much.
Hey, with the way the field is right now, not so many guys, not so stacked, where you can go down and then charge all the way back up into a pretty good finish. Is it easy or is it pretty difficult because guys are at such different speeds further back?
You know, the first moto wasn't too bad, but the second moto, the lap traffic was insane. Like, the speed difference was pretty crazy. Like, when you come up on guys, it was gnarly. There was a few scary moments for sure with the lappers and stuff, but you know, yeah, it can be easier, but it can be harder as well.
Today was pretty good. I made some pretty drastic changes throughout the week to try and get the bike better. I feel like that's what I've kind of been struggling with. Obviously, it's my first year in outdoors on the Honda, and you need to set it up quite a bit different. So we made some pretty drastic changes, and I feel like it really paid off. You know, we're finally starting to get a direction, and I feel like that just showed today in my results. I was riding pretty decent, and obviously got a little bit lucky in the first moto, but I'll take that win for sure. And second moto, we had a hard fight going on between Marvin, Justin, and I. And yeah, I was given everything I have, but the track was definitely pretty sketchy, and Justin got me there in the last lap. But I still made it second overall on the podium for this weekend, so I got to be happy with that.
How does it feel to win your first race and out here since 2016?
I mean, it's great. Honestly, I would have taken it earlier, or in general, a win feels great, but doing it at RedBud 4th of July weekend, and the fans are always unbelievable here, was amazing, and especially the support that I got today was great, even in practice, and I heard them in the last lap on the podium. They were all going crazy, so it's a really big honor for me to be in this country and have the support that I have.
Yeah, great day. It didn't start off really well. It's first moto. I had a crash on the start, and I was second, so big bummer, but man, I came back to second place. I couldn't believe when Frankie showed me second place on the pit board. I was like, really? And yeah, it was a crazy race to come back to second, and I had a shot of winning the overall after that first moto. So looking forward to that second moto, and then got a great start. I was able to get into the lead, and my goal was to be consistent and mistake-free because that track was tough. And I was able to yeah, stay on two wheels and keep Kenny and Barsha behind me and to get the overall, it's awesome.
Championship leader now. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's crazy to be leading the championship right now. I was 32 points down, and yeah, anything can happen. So it's only another race, and there's a lot to go.